Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to Toasty TCG. So recently the newest set came out, Eternity Code, about a week or so ago in United States. So people have been able to pick up this product finally, and with it has also come the new Lost Art promo, Foolish Burial. So if you go to your local store, your local card shop specifically, and you purchase $30 or more of sealed product, you also get a Foolish Burial Lost Art promo. So this is something really cool to pick up. You probably would want to keep it sealed so it retains value over the years, and then maybe in a couple of years down the road, this card's going to be worth about double, triple, and even more what you originally put into it. So definitely make sure to pick up some product now while there's still Lost Art promos. But in the meantime, let's get into opening this box. So the cards that we specifically want to pull are pretty much any Starlight Rare in this set's worth pulling. The Access Code Talker. There's also Mekk-Knight Girsu, Orcus Girsu. And there's also a few other cool cards. There's also the new Hand Trap. It's kind of like an effect failure, so that's cool. And there's also the new Dinosaur Support. There are Parallel Exceeds. There's a lot to pull in this set. So let's get right into cracking this thing open with our first pack. Got Crimson Resonator, Resonator Command, Buzzsaw Shark, Goldie Hair, and Valiant Shark Lancer. A few other cards, Thunder Dragon Lord specifically. Alright, and let's get right into our next pack. Next up we have Codebreaker Zero Day. This actually has a very cool engine, so I'm just going to put this card off to the side so I can talk about it with you guys once I've pulled all the cards to it. Ancient Warrior Ingenious Zheng Kong, Parallel Exceed. This is one of the best commons from the entire set. And Magical Hound. This is a card I definitely feel people have been overlooking. So this card reads, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target up to one face-up spell or trap your opponent controls, return it to the hand. If you do, summon this card. It does not get banished when it leaves the field either. So this card's really neat because it's also a tuner and a machine and earth. So this is just a very good card I feel people have been underlooking. So if you have this card in your bulk, make sure to find it, put it off to the side, just so you have a playset of this card. Alright, so let's get into this next pack. Just move things around a little bit so that you guys can see this better. Next up, we've got Megalith Unformed. This card is really good. It lets you ritual summon right out of your deck, but of course it does have to be for a Megalith monster. Red Rain. This is a really cool card in the archetype it is meant for. It lets you banish pretty much your opponent's whole field, and then it makes your Red Dragon Archfiend unaffected by card effects for the rest of the turn. So that's pretty neat. Next up, another Codebreaker Zero. This card might be interesting to look into the future. It special summons a token, so that's always good. Any spell card that just summons a token for free is pretty useful. So it can also summon an Evil Eye of Selene. If Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell trap zone, you can summon 2 tokens instead. But keep in mind that this is a spell card that just summons a free level 1 Fiend Dark token. So later down the road, this card might come up. Then we got Madolche Promenade as our super rare. Next up is the Goki Powerload Ogre, the Unchained Twin Sarama. This was a super rare as a special edition for Ignition Assault. And another Ancient Warriors, Ambitious Cow Day. Noctovision Dragon. This card's really cool. So it's pretty much like a Gazelle for the Dragon Link strategy, because if you link summon into a Dark Dragon, you summon it from your hand for free, so it can chain block for your striker dragon. And then keep in mind, if you link it away, you also get to draw a card. Next up, we've got Codebreaker Virus Berserker, another card we're going to put to the side. Another 0 day, and our super rare Witchcrafter Patronus. I don't think I've pulled this card out of like any of the packs I've had so far. You can target one of your spellcaster monsters that is banished or in the grave, shuffle it into the deck, and add a Witchcrafter spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So it's a Witchcrafter specific support card. Okay. So you need to be playing Witchcrafter for that card to come up, so we're not going to be reading the rest of that effect. Just reorganize some cards here that just tipped over. There we go. Another Crimson Resonator. This is pretty much the card that's kind of putting like the red Dragon Archfiend strategy on the map, just because it gets a lot of extra Resonators, and it also helps you if you already have your red Dragon Archfiend on the field. So if you're interested in that strategy, this is definitely a good card to pick up. It's a common, so you can of course just pull it. We also have Resonator Command. This helps you search for your Resonators, or no, it discards your Resonators and then adds any level 4 or lower Fiend from your deck to your hands. That's pretty interesting. Then we've got the Arrival Cyberset Ignister as our super rare. Still no secrets or ultra rares pulled yet. This set is full of a lot of good ones. Another Codebreaker 0 day, let's put that to the side. Our Crimson Resonator, and Malice Lady of Lament. And we've gotten our Noctovision Dragon, cool. Deep Sea Artisan, AIQ, Deep Sea Minstrel, Pinpoint Dash, and our first ultra rare, Lobster, Shadow of the Generator Bosses. Put that card off to the side along with the Parallel Exceed we just pulled. So keep in mind that this set doesn't have short prints. If it did, you would definitely be only pulling one Parallel Exceed per box. Got our Reemergence and our Minstrel, Perform Bow Turn Trooper. At the start of your battle phase, you can place one counter on this card, maximum 2. And then you can use an effect based on how many counters are on it. Once per turn, when attack is declared, negate that attack. Tribute this card, banish all monsters on the field until your opponent's second end phase. That second effect is pretty powerful. And our next ultra rare is Arch Nemesis Ascatos. So speaking of powerful cards, this is a very interesting, very powerful card. Arch Nemesis Ascatos lets you banish 3 different types from your graveyard to summon it, and then lock your opponent out of a certain type based on whatever type you destroy using its second effect. I was actually considering playing this in Thunder Dragons until I saw the Toon Chaos support. This card would have been played as a 1-of for Thunder Dragons, and honestly, you can still play it as a 1-of. It's still a very powerful card. It's very good because you can just declare any type in the game, destroy all the types, all the monsters on the field that have that type, and then just locks that type out of the game until the end of the next turn. Next up, we've got AI Contact. This card's actually really interesting because it says if Ad Ignister land is on your field zone, reveal an Ad Ignister AI land in your hand, place it to the bottom, draw 3 cards. So you can't beat that. It pretty much makes it so if you brick, then you can draw 3 instead. Exceed, so now we have a full playset and we're not even through this whole box yet. Like I said, this set has no short prints, so you pull a very even amount of your commons and supers. Next up is the Generator Boss of Storms, a 4th Parallel Exceed, and another Magical Hound. Like I said, if you pull Magical Hound, definitely put that card to the side. Still haven't seen our other 2 Ultras or either of our secret rares. Artisan, Super Heavy Wagon, Proxy F Magician, Nemesis Flag. It's a card that some people are talking about playing in Thunder Dragons, but I just haven't really seen the value in it. Exceed, and we've got Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. This is the last card that I wanted to pull to show you guys this interesting little engine that I've come across. So Codebreaker Virus Swordsman has the summon condition of any 2 effect monsters. It points up, it points down. When it's summoned, if you have it co-linked, you get to summon your Codebreaker 0 Day from your hand, deck, or graveyard to a zonal link monster points to. So now you pretty much just get to a link 3 by making Virus Swordsman. Of course, you can just make Virus Berserker afterwards, but just keep in mind that you now have the material for pretty much any link 3 that you want, as long as it's a generic link 3. Next up, we got another Plunder Patrol card. Plunder Patrol Ship Shape Ships Shipping. Another Reemergence, another Minstrel, another Turn Trooper, Goki Ironclaw, and our first secret rare, Grave Digger Trap Hole. This card is really powerful in the trap trick strategy because it pretty much negates an effect from anywhere besides the field when your opponent activates a monster effect in their hand, graveyard, or a banished monster. Negate the effect, inflict 2000 damage to your opponent. Very powerful card. And then another Magical Hound. Once again, that's another good card just to have off to the side. I feel like it's definitely going to be a side deck card in the future. Resonator Command, Proxy F Magician, Deep Sea Minstrel, and our second secret rare, Deep Sea Aria. Banish 1 water from your graveyard, add 1 level 4 lower sea serpent from your deck to your hand. Nice. And another Parallel Exceed to put off to the side. Next up, we've got the Gachiri Adignister. This is a card that has been seeing a very little bit of Salamangreat play. The reason being is this first effect here. You can target a Cybers effect monster you control, negates effects, special summon this card from your hand. So for example, you can negate the effect of your Salamangreat Baylynx that's already searched to your field spell, and now you just summon that out of your hand. It's a pretty interesting strategy, but keep in mind you also have Parallel Exceed. Next up, Plunder Patrol Party. Still have 2 secret rares to pull, and there's always still the potential of pulling a Starlight rare. Void Apocalypse. This is a really interesting card. You can discard 1 card, send any fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. The rest of the effect is in support of Infernoids, but that is the main effect that might come up in the future. If there is a very powerful fiend archetype in the future, that card might make an appearance as a 3-of. Next up, we pull a Marincess Great Bubble Reef. Oh wow, Ravenous Crocodragon Arcathis. I think that's how it's pronounced. This is pretty much one of the most sought after cards in the set, because when you synchro summon it, you just draw a bunch of cards, and then it also gains attack equal to the number of cards in your hand. It gains 500 attack for each card in your hand. When synchro summoned, you draw cards equal to the non-tuners used for it. Quick effect, discard 2 cards, target a card on the field, and destroy it. So out of these last 3 packs, we still got 1 ultra rare left to pull, and as I mentioned before, the potential of a Starlight rare. Heavy Forward is our final ultra rare. This card is a Infinitrack support card and another Dragon Lord. A Rose Girl, and now our final pack to wrap up the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what cards you like from this set. And also down in the description below, you can find our TCG Player affiliate link. So make sure to use that next time that you shop TCG Player. It supports the channel directly without costing you anything extra. Make sure to check that out. And also in the description, you can find our Facebook page. On the Facebook page, I've actually begun posting replays. Those replays will be exclusive to the Facebook page. So far, it includes a replay with the Eldritch Mirror match, as well as showing off the Thunder Dragon deck profile I'm planning on making after Toon Chaos. So make sure to like the Facebook page so you can keep up with those replays, because I won't be posting them to this YouTube channel. I don't like having it cluttered with replays and things like that that just aren't very interactive. So that's about it. This is Toasty TCG signing out.